do anything on your property, but then the moment you do something, you get taxed for having what you have on your property. That's not your property. That is a loan situation right there. Even if you construct, you have to pay for certain taxes. Like, fam, you're not really listening to what I'm saying. You have one thing where, okay, being responsible is very important. Having what you need is very important. Being able to do what you need to do in life is very important. But a lot of us that consider ourselves Christians, we're living a lifestyle based off the competition of others' expectations. Not the ideals of us actually living how we're supposed to live. That's why we, like, literally, if we were to go back, right, in the times of when there was no real supermarket, I can't imagine how many people would not be able to survive. Because everybody is always worried about going to the grocery store. They don't know nothing about plants, vegetation, or anything like that. They don't know about remedies, hermetic, practices of anything. They don't know nothing about that. And the people that are knowing about these things are straight spiritual activists, and the ones that be wearing crystals and all of this stuff. And listen, I don't have no problem with the community of, your beliefs, but realistically speaking, right, if you are under an influence, mind you, I give people terms. So if you ever watched any of my videos, not only on TikTok, YouTube, but on YouTube or Instagram, whatever the case is, right, you know exactly what I tell you what spirituality is. Because there's a difference between, like I said, the Holy Spirit and what? The spirit of religion. Remember, the spirit of religion practiced paganism, meaning they practice the practices of which our ancestors, or some of our ancestors or predecessors, right, practice, which was considered what? Pagan activities. They worshiped the sun. They worshiped the trees. They didn't talk to the sun or the trees. They worshiped it. They consider those things as what were the phenomena of this entire reality right now in this world, as pantheons, the skies, the water. Let's continue. Leadership is shown in the act of righteousness, understanding with a sense of purity and love as examples. When you walk in righteousness, you know the difference between doing what's right and doing what you feel is right. And of course, I'm not going to say that they're not. No, even in Revelations, it speaks on how people will be blinded to the truth on purpose, because they never wanted to learn the truth. They never wanted to be a part of the truth. They chose their side hustle. They chose their main hustle. They chose the economical exchanges of their time for money, for their life. That's why people are killing for money. People are doing all of these things for money. Remember what I just said, a lifestyle of people's expectations. So when we're watching TV and we're watching all of these shows, seeing these whatever clips or scenes that are being presented to us, see exactly the narrative and what the cause, the devices. Matter of fact, let me use that. Look at the devices that they implant in there to give you reasons. Because if color can make you feel a certain way, imagine what subliminal imagery can do to you when you see people walking around with diamond gold chains everywhere. Then they tell you something that costs $50. They'll charge you $150. That is a scam. That's why you see a lot of people that are doing all of this. I'm not going to put them out there that are doing these spiritual things. They would be like, oh, do this. I will charge you $150 for a like, listen, fam, listen. If you don't know who you're speaking to, understand that your demon will not manipulate me. I would not give you not 1 cent of my, like, I will look out for you if you are hungry, if you need water, if you need to help your kid, whatever pill that you might pay, if I got it on me. But as far as to tell me that you want to give me a reading and I'm going to pay for you to give me a reading. Now, if you're not going to give me a reading for I don't play the lottery, by the way. I probably did a couple of times here and there just to mess around. But besides that being the point, if you don't give me numbers to the lottery, and this is a joke, by the way, if you don't give me numbers to the lottery and I end up and I win, like, what are we talking about? Like, literally, what are you talking to me about when it comes to a reading? What does a reading really do? Because remember this, everyone that is Christian, right? Christian and true Christian, remember that when you speak in tongue and you have prophecies, visions, those are the things that are implemented for the glory of our Father and not only our own personal self. So when you are implementing, right? And if you're implementing all of these tarot readings and all of these crystal, what is it called? Seeings, because that's what they're considered, seers or empaths, right? Because they can allow themselves to be influenced by multiples of spirit, and they're called what? They're called we. That's where these titles come from. When a lot of people say we and all of these, impersonations of characteristics, all of this, they, when has that ever been a thing? There are two genders in this world. It's fine if I'm not saying I'm okay with people liking the same sex, but if you do, I'm not going to disrespect you. You like what you like. As far as I'm telling you what is the truth, that's not no different to what what you're going to intake on that, right? But if you are gay, you're gay, right? That's just that. I'm not gonna, hey, don't be gay, I'm gonna knock you out. Hey, the New Testament came out because the Old Testament was obviously brutal, being the reason why people use the New Testament, right, to get their way around Christianity. And the Old Testament was literally thrown out of reasons to even implement any reason for people to say that liking the same sex is wrong, is right. No, it's wrong. If you read the true words, it is not right in the New Testament and in the Old Testament, and nobody's going to deny that. And if you do, I would love to hear your comments in the comment section. And if you want to make a remake to this video, it's fine. I have no problem with it. I don't like arguing, but I would like to know your mindset if you think that what you're saying, is logical. Because if bees, they're male and they're females, and their purpose to exist is to also replicate, to be fruitful and to multiply, I don't know what else to say besides the logic of that specific reasoning. Because we have logic, which is entailed to our own personal claim, and we have sound, which is something that is of truth. Just like looking at the sky, you tell me that the sky is not blue, I'm going to look at you like you're mad, like you've lost your mind. Like I said, I respect people, right? But all of this we stuff, like, I don't even care about that, the same sex stuff, because that's not the main topic. But I had to implement in there because it was somewhat of the same conclusion of all of this, confusion that is going on right now. And all of these confusions that are happening right now in our current time. All of this you are a singular person. A singular person. We're all of one. Because if one atom, let's just say, if one atom is no different than any other atom, right? But the amount of what elements that are added to give it its properties, it creates a different cause. That means that we're not that different. We're all of one and the same, singularity. But two, Meaning we are of the same coin, but we either are heads or we're tails. Not both. Not like literally, not both. Heads or tails. Yes or no. All of this maybe if possibly demonic activities. Devilish demonic activities. Straight up. There's no other way to put it. Because if you think otherwise, I'm just going to let you know. Whatever that you put in the comment section, I will have a word for you. I'm not going to be disrespectful. I did not come here yelling at nobody. So please don't think that I'm going to fight you or anything like that. No, we're here to talk. We're here to conversate. We're here to be edified because our spirit clearly needs it. If you guys are seeing that, give me one moment, please.